Okay, today's lesson 6.3, properties of triangles. First piece we're going to talk about is the side splitter theorem. Side splitter theorem. Put that away. All right, side splitter theorem states if you have a triangle and you have a line in your triangle like this that's parallel to your base, something special happens. Before we talk about that something special, I want you to recognize this is not the mid-segment theorem. The mid-segment theorem has that these sides are congruent. Notice I didn't put that those sides are congruent. I didn't put any markings. This is not the mid-segment theorem. Are we good? Okay, I'm going to put letters. This is Q, R, S, X, Y. Okay, so what it states is if you have a triangle like this with these two sides that are parallel, the side lengths are going to be proportional. Okay, so QR over RX, side length QR over side length RX equals side length QS over what? SY. Halbert. All right. Are we good?
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to do a quick example. Solve for X. Side splitter. Okay, this side is X. This is X plus 4. This is 12. This is 18. Okay, so when we make our proportion, I'm going to start with X and write it as X over what? Equals 12 over what? And that's it. You cross multiply and solve. X over X plus 4, 12 over 18. Do you guys see how that works? Let's cross multiply. What's 18 times X? 18X equals, did I write this properly? 12X plus 4. No, what? There's a math word I'm looking for. What do I have to do here?
Distribute.
Distribute. It's 12 times all of X plus 4. And you do have to distribute.
48.
Okay, so 18X equals 12X plus, did I hear 48?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and solve that. Subtract your 12X and divide. Can you guys please stop the distractions? Okay, finish off. Divide. What do you get as your final answer? X equals 8. Questions? Okay, a really quick side note. What if a kid, instead of doing left over left and right over right, did top, top, bottom, bottom? Let me show you what I mean. X over 12 equals X plus 4 over 18. Is that wrong or is that still okay?
That's still okay.
How can we tell if it's still okay or not?
Just don't look at the other one.
Cross multiply, what do I get?
That's still okay.
Equals 12 parentheses X plus 4. Does it come out to be the exact same thing? Yes. You guys, you need to know how to check if these two things are the same, because there will be a test question that'll give you a handful of proportions, and ask you which one is the same as this one. And how can you tell if they are the same? Cross multiply, do you end up with the same thing? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. So are these two proportions the same? So if a student wants to do left over left and right over right, and someone else wants to do top over top and bottom over bottom, is it okay? Is it okay if I go across, like x over 18? Is that okay?
No.
No. Or if I do top bottom and then bottom top, that is not okay. You have to be consistent in whatever it is that you are doing. Questions? Okay. Next piece, corollary. Corollary to the side splitter theorem. It's very similar. It means it's very similar to the side splitter theorem. It's not exactly the same, but it looks like it. It's the same concept. Are we ready? Corollary. Okay, so instead of a triangle, I just have these two lines here that are non-parallel. Two lines that are not parallel. It's not a triangle, just two lines. But I have three parallel lines going through them like this.
What the heck?
Okay, so instead of two parallel lines like I had up here, I have three. Instead of a triangle, I just have two non-parallel lines. Okay, this, what was that?
Tic-tac-toe. That's the word for it.
This point of intersection is A. I'm going to call that one B, that one C. W, X, Y. Okay, there's no Z. So, what this theorem states is if I have AB over side length BC, they're proportional with the other side. The side lengths are proportional, as long as these three lines are parallel. AB over BC will equal what over what?
WX over XY.
Do you guys see how that works? AB over BC, WX over XY.
Totally see that.
Got it?
Yep.
And the same as the other one, you could do top, top, bottom, bottom. AB over WX equals BC over XY. That is a possibility. All right, let's try an example. A, find BC. Part B, find AC. And I'm going to put over here BC equals blank, AC equals blank. Part A, part B. All right, let's get the picture down. I'll give you guys a few seconds to write this down first. Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Okay, we're ready?
But
Okay, there are my three parallel lines. And I'm going to use the same letters as earlier. A, B, C, W, X, Y. No Z. No Z.
what's that word? It starts with a C.
That's corollary.
Corollary.
Oh, I thought it was corollary.
Corollary.
Large.
Oh yeah, no, I see the G.
Oh, corlarg. No, that's a
Large.
Y. Okay.
Jeez, dude, look, you're gonna make her fix it.
Okay. Now I'm going to give you side lengths here. AB is 6, WX is 18, and XY is 12.
Wait, where's the inside?
Where's what?
Why are the letters inside?
It doesn't matter where you put them. If you put the A there, the B there, it doesn't matter. Okay. So, I want to find BC. Where is BC in this picture? Right here. Do you see that this is BC?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm going to stick with left, left, right, right. If you want to do top, top, bottom, bottom, you can, and see if we end up with the same answer. So if I do left, left, I'm going to do 6 over what? What I'm looking for, BC, equals what over what? 18 over 12. 6 over BC equals 18 over 12. Is anybody doing the top and then the bottom? No? No one's? It doesn't. I just want to see if anyone was doing it. All right, cross multiply. What's 6 times 12?
Like 1 something.
72.
Oh, I was way off.
Equals 18 times BC. I'm trying to find the length of BC, so what do I divide both sides by? 18. You guys have your calculators out there, plug it in. BC equals what? 4. That goes here, 4. So now they're asking for the length of AC. Do I have to do another proportion problem, or am I just going to add 2 numbers together? What 2 numbers do I add together? 6 plus 4 is what? 10. Does everybody see that AC length is 10? If this is 6 and this is 4, then AC is 6 plus 4, which is 10. Questions? Does it make sense? Okay, back side. Were you guys done with this side? Sorry. It's okay. Okay, back side, the last property we're going to have for the day is called the triangle angle bisector theorem. Triangle angle bisector theorem. Okay, if I have a triangle, A, that should be an A, B, C, and I bisect an angle. It doesn't matter which one, I'm going to bisect angle A. If I bisect an angle, and I call this line over here, I'm going to call it D. Like the last one, the side lengths are proportional. Are we ready? Okay, so these are congruent markings. That's an angle bisector. Angle CAD is congruent to angle BAD. This is a D. Okay, side proportions work this way. Length AC over CD equals AB over what? Over what? BD. You see how that worked? AC over CD equals AB over BD. And the same as the last one, you could do top, top, bottom, bottom if you wanted to. Okay, example. Solve for X. All right, I'm going to bisect this angle right here. I'm going to give you that this length is 12, this length is 16, this is X, and this is 20. Write those down. Everyone have it? Okay. I am going to call on Ethan. Ethan, can you give me your proportion? And there's more than one right way to set it up. Go ahead.
X over 20.
Okay, hold on. X over 20 equals?
16 over, 12 over 16.
Perfect. I'm glad you fixed it. Okay, so X over 20, he started to say 16 but fixed it. X over 20 equals 12 over 16. Did anybody think of or did set it up a different way? Anybody think of a different way or did set it up a different way? No one? Not one person can think of another way of setting this up? 12 over x equals...
16 over 20.
I challenge some of you guys to work this way out just to see if you end up with the same answer. I'm going to work out this one since that's the one Ethan gave me. 16x equals 12 times 2 is 24. So 12 times 20 is 240. Divide both sides by 16. X equals what? Did anybody do it this way? Nobody took the challenge? Would you end up with the same answer?
Yeah.
Can you see that's going to be 16x and that's going to be 240? Would it be the same?
Yeah.
Yes. Makes sense?
Yeah.
Any questions?
No.
Okay. Take your packets out and open up to worksheet 3. Ooh, this packet's already almost ready to turn in. Okay. Guys, I'm going to just do a few of them with you quickly. I need you guys paying attention and you can finish the rest on your own. Are you ready?
Yes.
First one. It says question mark, and I'd rather work with a variable, so I'm going to put an X here. You can use Y, Q, it's up to you. I just put an X so I can make an equation, a proportion. Okay, Jason, I'm going to call on you. Can you set the proportion up for me here, and there's more than one right way?
X over 4.
X over 4.
Then, 10.
No, you were right the first time you started to say 15 over 10. X over 4, 15 over 10. Did anybody work ahead of us and do x over 15, 4 over 10?
No.
Nobody did it? Okay. What do we get? 40 equals, I'm sorry, where I got 40. 10x equals, what's 15 times 4? 60. Divide both sides by 10. What does that give you?
Oh, 6.
X equals 6.
Why is there a question mark?
Because they're asking you for this. I'm just calling it X. Yes.
So you could do x over 15 and 10 over 4?
X over 15. You can't do 10 over 4. If you do X over 15, it has to be what?
4 over 10.
You have to be consistent. Do you see that? Top, bottom,
Oh,
top,
okay.
bottom. Okay, so if you did 4 over 10, would we get the same answer?
Yeah.
10x and 60. Yes or no? Yes. All right. Next one. Tell me if this is correct. I'm going to call this X. 15 over X equals 12 over 2. Yes or no?
No.
That is wrong. Where are you getting that from? He said it is 10.
12 minus 2.
12 take away 2. This is 10. Do you guys see that?
Yes.
So do you have one extra step on this one?
Yeah.
Yes, so please don't make that mistake. When they give you the whole length is 12 and this little length is 2, that means this side here is 10. So what should it be? 15 over x equals,
10 over 2.
or you could put x over 15 and 2 over 10. X over 2, 15 over 10. There's multiple ways of setting it up. 30 equals 10x. Divide, what does x equal?
3.
3.
This is easy.
Is it pretty easy?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just set some of these up, guys, and you can solve them later on your own. I'm going to call on Thomas. Thomas, can you set this one up? Make a proportion. Let's call this x.
X over 20 equals 8 over 16.
Do you guys agree with him?
Yeah.
Could he have done x over 8 and 28 over 16? Yes. You guys can solve them later on your own. I want to continue. Number 7, Japheth, can you give me a proportion for number 7? Let's call this x.
Oh.
X over 21 equals 30 over 15. Good job. Is that the only way? No.
No.
You could do 21 over 15, x over 30. There's a bunch of different ways to set these up as long as you are consistent. Questions? You guys can solve them later on your own. Backside. Backside. I do want to talk about some on the backside.
My word.
If you guys have any free time in a period, you can get it done within a few minutes and have no homework.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys agree this is a fast worksheet? Yes. Okay. You are right. Backside. Okay. Guys, I want to take a look at number 9. Please stop the talking. Now, instead of calling the question mark X, I'm going to call this X. Do you agree that's what I would be looking for when I set up my proportion?
Yes.
Yes? Isaac, can you set the proportion up for me calling this X right here? What over what?
What over what?
That's what I'm asking you. What over what?
You put X over 20,
X over 20 equals?
7 over 28.
Perfect. Or X over 7, 20 over 28. What I'm trying to get across, guys, at the end, listen, once you find X, is that your final answer? No, because they're asking you for this whole length. What are you going to do with your answer to find the real answer?
Add X instead.
Good job. You're going to add X plus the 7. Whatever you get for X plus the 7 they gave you is going to equal the question mark. Does that make sense? Yes? Okay. This one here I'm going to call on Noe. Can you set up the proportion? Guys, please stop the talking. There's an extra step on this one, Noe. Shh. Do you want to call in a friend?
Yeah.
Can anyone help him?
Oh, I know what it is.
Okay.
You said when?
Yes.
So you do 24 minus 10?
24 minus 10 is?
40.
And that goes where?
Right there.
Right there?
Yes.
Okay, Noe, now that they've helped you out, can you finish it? What over what? What over what?
14 over 21.
Equals?
10 over 2x minus
Oh.
Good job.
what is the other side?
All right.
5.
And will you have to distribute on this one?
Maybe. Yes.
Yes, no maybes. Will you have to distribute? Yes. Does that make sense? Is that a yes? All right, you guys are finishing the rest of the worksheet on your own.